Mysta. I'm dating my girlfriend who has ADHD. And I like her, and she does too. But she doesn't know how to act or how to express herself most of the time, making me lack reassurance and comfort. So I don't know what to do with her because her hyper energy overwhelms me sometimes. Have you talked to them about this? I know it might seem rude. As someone who has ADHD, I feel like I need to be reminded a lot about, like, everything. What do you mean you have ADHD question mark? What? I just don't bring it up a lot because I don't think it's a main talking point. I don't think it's cool. I don't think it's quirky. You know, there's a lot of people nowadays who kind of like they kind of hold ADHD as like a cool quirky thing to have, right? Like, oh wow, my ADHD's acting up. It's not quirky at all. So I don't mention it because I don't think it's important. I don't think people knowing that I have ADHD changes my content, right? As someone who does have ADHD, I would say just, if you're lacking in reassurance and comfort, tell them. And tell them what you want them to do. Because even though for most people that would seem rude, for someone like me, I know for sure I would appreciate being told, because it is hard to keep up with a lot of stuff in life and you forget even the smallest things. What if they don't listen though? You can't jump right to what if they don't listen though if you haven't even tried yet, right? Like, you try first. You go with that for like a month, see if there's any improvements. If it's improved even a little bit, think about what you could do extra to improve it more. Think about why it was working. Think about which aspects don't work, right? Like, the whole point of being in a relationship is to communicate with each other, and the strongest relationships are the ones where you communicate the most. And just because they have ADHD, it doesn't make it any different. Communication is extremely important. But for me, I would say constantly reminding someone, even if that seems obnoxious, for someone with ADHD, it is kind of vital in a way, at least for me. I need to be reminded constantly about stuff. And that's not because I don't care, because I do care. It's just that there's a lot that goes on in my head, and I forget stuff. Everyone knows how forgetful I am, right? Oh, this guy, he fucking leaves shit in the oven and it goes moldy and shit. Like, how could you forget that? And you know, I play into the joke, of course. Like, I'm not mad at people for joking about that. I mean, realistically, the main reason why I end up leaving stuff and then they get moldy or whatever is because I genuinely just forget, because I have other things going on in my mind. Quickly. For anyone in the chat who has ADHD or any condition, just remember that it's like a spectrum, right? Like the person I was just reading out saying, people express it in different ways, right? Yes, because it's a spectrum, because people will have lighter symptoms and some people will have harder symptoms, right? And that goes for literally like anything, right? It doesn't have to be ADHD. It could be like OCD. But if you do have it, just remember, I guess the one thing I could say is, remember, you are normal, okay? You're normal. It's completely okay to have it harsher or not as hard compared to someone else. It doesn't make you weird. It doesn't mean you have to get like more medication or something. Just, you're normal, and it doesn't matter really what other people think. You know you are you, and you know what you have to live with, and people don't have to understand that. Like, I don't think people have to understand the way I live. I don't think it's important. As long as I understand the way I live, and I understand things I could do to improve my life. As long as you can kind of accept yourself, then I think you're fine. When you hear one negative thing, even if you see like 9,000 positive things about you, when you see one negative thing related to you, you run with it. Everyone does. So yeah, just don't worry. You're okay. You're good. You're normal. You are normal, okay? You're normal. Ow.